Everybody? It's your boy Paul. So let's get into the mess of the mess today on this Good Friday, y'all. Happy Friday to everybody. Hope y'all doing good. Good morning, good evening, wherever you at in the world. Let's get down to the mess of the mess. It's Messy Friday, y'all, and let's get down to it. First of all, like, share, subscribe, and join the channel. But let's get down. These are the topics that we got, but I got a few more up in the list of things. These are just the top ones that are juicy, and we got a few more coming through. But let's get down to it. First up, it is Canada. So the Canadian government has actually blocked Netflix. I said, baby, they said they didn't call federal network employees watching Netflix on the job doing work hours. How you gonna be at work when you know you should be doing your job, making your money, and you over here watching straws? You over here watching straws and Shades of Black. What is it? You over here watching all type of stuff on Netflix, and you ain't even doing your job. So yeah, the Canadian government had to put a crackdown on Netflix and block it from the federal network. So now what they gonna do? So now people gotta work at their job. Now you gotta earn that money and be bored. But you gotta do what you gotta do. I said you should have been doing the job and being a little bit more secretive. You watch that on your break time and on your 15 minutes. You get it in. But let's move on to the next. Let's get into I forget his name all the time. Kevin. He's a rapper, but wait a minute, let me get him together. Get a better picture. Oh, Kevin Gates. I thought it was. So Kevin Gates, a strange wife of over 9 years. They've been together longer than that, but she finally filed for a divorce from him. Yes, and she want what did she want? She wants spousal support. I think they got kids, if I'm not mistaken. Full custody and something else. I forget what it was, but yeah, she finally filed for divorce. I said, "Girl, you should have been there that when this man been going out marrying women left and right, and you the main chick with the ring." Ah, baby. Yeah, so she didn't file for divorce and everything. So good for her. You know, you got to do what you got to do. I said you got tired. I ain't got nothing else to say on that one. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. But let's move on to the next of the next. And it's Diddy and his son, Christian Cause. So they tried to put in a dismissal for, that assault lawsuit that they got going against them. Citing that it's a international water judicial section. I don't think I'm saying the last thing right. But apparently, yes, they trying to get it dismissed. I said it's not. Because it happened on the boat. Because the incident happened on the boat and it was in, when you on a boat and it's in waters and it's in the sea, a certain line, I forget where they was, and they trying to say it's judicial. It's in the water judicial system. They was in between. So how it's gonna be a lawsuit here in these states? That don't make sense. That's why y'all wanted to dismiss. So you not claiming or saying that it didn't happen. You saying that because it was in the water and it wasn't in the United States territory. The lawsuit was filed in the wrong district, the wrong state. That's a good one. That's a good one. I gotta give y'all one. Give y'all one for that one. They messy. But that's what they got going on there. And also his daddy came out to defend his child during this whole lawsuit thing, saying he ain't do it and stuff like that. I said, whatever. You locked up and they won't let you out. And we'll get into you later. But let's move on. So we got another celebrity star, and that is Willow Smith. So Miss Willow came out to let us know that she's a star because of her own, because of being her and not because of her parents. I said, ma'am, when did that happen? Because I said, we only know of you because your daddy and your mama, Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith. We only know of you and your siblings because of who your parents are. All three of your parents. Well, your two parents and then y'all older brother. Like, we only know, it's like other than that, we don't know y'all. It's like you got to where you were. I say it like this. You got the doors that were open for you were because of your parents and who they were and how hard they worked to get to where they are, which made it a little bit easier for you to get into the door. Yes, you may have had your talent may have got you there, on the other side of it, but your parents and who they are actually helped you more than you could ever think, because you live in the life that you live in because of your parents and how hard they worked. You may have worked hard, but they worked harder to get you where you are so that you didn't have to struggle the way they struggled to get to the platform that you have now. Because you are very talented. Very talented. But to claim that you got there on your own merit and your parents had nothing to do with it, ooh, girl, what's going on? But that's Willow. Willow always think like that. But y'all let me know how you feel about Miss Willow Smith. So let's move on to my girl Eve. So Eve ended up doing an interview where she talked about she cleared up a couple of things. They asked about her husband and stuff like that. She went, I made my own money. She went, she said he ain't a billionaire, but she went, she cleared that up. She went, I got my own money. I lived a comfortable life that I got because of me. Yeah, he got his money. I got mine too. Even though he's here now, that don't mean nothing. I said, hold on, you Eve. And all that. She did a little nice interview just explaining that, it's what it is. He not a billionaire, but he do got a lot of money. And I said, it's good for her. I love Evie. That's my girl. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. Let's move on past that one. We getting through this today. It ain't a lot to talk about. But let's get into, oh God, I can't stand these people. So let's get into the one and only. We got Evelyn. We got Evelyn and her daughter. So Evelyn and her daughter on their podcast ended up addressing the rumors, addressing everything that now she's saying. Chantel, is it Chantel? Shanice. Her daughter named Shanice. I had to think about the child name for a minute. So they ended up addressing, the gang's baby mama that he been with the longest, that he's not with anymore. saying that she ain't bestie. That Evelyn said she wasn't bestie with her. Her daughter said, yeah, my mom, yeah, she was at my mama's baby shower, but it was a whole lot of people there, and she went, the same time that I got, she went, we weren't friends and whatever. I said, yeah, y'all weren't friends. That was your mama friend. And people said that Evelyn said that we weren't besties. I said, girl, y'all were real friends. You don't got to be besties with anybody, but that's what's your friend. And for your daughter to actually hook up with your friend's ex baby daddy, huh? That looks suspicious. That looked very suspicious. Very. And during this whole conversation they was having, Shanice was you can tell she was a little nervous about talking about it. And she said, I ain't feel a certain way about it or anything, because it didn't have nothing, it didn't bother me or whatever. I said it had to, because the way you talking, you sound nervous and that you was a little iffy about it. I said, why would you even mess with him of all people? But that's what you picked. That's what you with. And so, yeah, they try to address it, try to make it seem like, Evelyn and her daughter try to make it seem like they were not friends with, I'm gonna say the girl named Tiffany. Yeah, his baby mom named Tiffany. That they were not friends with her. Evelyn was not friends with her. Besties, friends, whatever. She was just at the baby shower. All because they was on the same network. I said, but why would you invite her to your baby shower, which is an intimate thing for you, your friend, to celebrate that you're having a baby, if y'all are not friends? That don't make any sense. Cause I'm not inviting nobody that even if we own the same network and or anything, I'm not inviting you. I don't know you, but you know her. You was friends with her. Y'all have hung out outside of all that. You, her, Shawnee, y'all were friends. And your daughter messing with that's that's a little nasty, girl. But she grown. She got what she got. I don't know. I don't know. But let me know how y'all feel about it. That's all that I got for y'all today. So like, share, subscribe, join the channel. And I get back at y'all later. It's your boy Paul. Bye, y'all.